Hey Buffs, welcome back to another week of NewsTeam Boulder. I'm Hayden Shadid, bringing you this week's top stories. Let's get into it. Here's a new update on my Frequency Dance studio closure story. The former owner of Frequency Dance has been indicted on 21 felony charges, including fraud, theft, and forgery. Prosecutors say many of the charges are tied to a 2023 break-in and related insurance claims. The investigation follows months of complaints from parents who say they were charged for services and competitions that never happened. An arrest warrant is now active with bond set at $10,000. If convicted, the owner could face several years in prison. Crews responded Sunday night to a vegetation fire near Chautauqua. The fire was burning south of the area near Enchanted Mesa Trail. It grew to about half an acre and was partially contained with no further spread. Officials say calm, low wind conditions helped limit the fire's growth. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. That vegetation fire near Chautauqua is one example of how dry conditions are already impacting Boulder. Now, those same dry conditions have prompted a citywide drought watch. Boulder is asking residents to voluntarily conserve water after an extremely dry winter and low snowpack. Measures include delaying lawn watering until May and limiting sprinkler use. Officials say further restrictions could come next month depending on water supply conditions. CU Boulder is hosting a free Astronomy and Earth Day event on April 12th. The full-day program at Fisk Planetarium and Summers Bosch Observatory will focus on sustainability on Earth and in space. It includes planetarium shows, STEM activities, and hands-on exhibits. There will also be daytime solar viewing and nighttime telescope observing. The event runs from noon to 10 p.m. and is free and open to the public. CU Boulder students, faculty, and staff are now getting free access to the premium Transit Royale app. The upgrade comes through a partnership with Transportation Services and the Environmental Center. Transit Royale adds features like expanding route planning, real-time tracking, and personalized options. Officials said the goal is to make getting around campus in Boulder more accessible and sustainable. Now to a Boulder City Council debate over proposed tip policy change. Reporter Rachel Kennedy has the story.
Out here on Pearl Street, a lot of students work at restaurants to help pay for school. A decision from Boulder City Council could change how much they take out. The city is considering slowing how quickly wages increase for tip workers, and that could mean smaller raises over time and more pressure on tips. A former council member pointed to a survey showing tipped workers here make around $40 an hour, or about $72,000 a year with tips. But the city is now considering slowing how quickly those base wages increase.
If wage increase slows down, I think a lot of students would struggle. It would be a tough decision between social life and schoolwork. Something would have to suffer. A lot of people I know already sacrificed their time for work, so it would be really hard for someone to stay on top of everything if that would happen.
For students who are tipped workers, even small changes can probably make a difference. Slower wage increases could mean relying more on tips to get by, and for some, that can make it way harder to keep up with everyday expenses.
I understand restaurants want to keep costs down, but at the same time, it's expensive to live here, and these businesses know that, so while it may be helping the business, it would most likely hurt their staff. Students are the ones working in the service industry, so if students stopped taking the jobs and decided it wasn't worth their time, I think businesses would really struggle to fully staff, and I also think the city would just lose some of its energy that it has.
And that's the concern some students are raising. Boulder's minimum wage is set to rise over $18 an hour each year, but depending on what the council decides, tipped workers may not see that same increase. Now the question is whether this helps keep restaurants open or makes it harder for working students to afford living in Boulder.
The Boulder Farmers Market is back for the season, running Saturdays from April through November at 13th and Canyon. The market has served the community since 1987, offering fresh, locally sourced produce, baked goods, and more. It's also in the running for a USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice Award, with public voting open through April 13th. Here's the link to vote. Visitors can also enjoy live music, artists and vendors, and special events throughout the season. That's all for this edition of NewsTeam Boulder. Be sure to tune in every Monday and Friday at 4 p.m. for the latest from CU. I'm Hayden Shadid, and thanks for watching.